I have a feeling it might not. Let me go. Change my account. I had to chat. Oh, it's worked. Oh, hey. Let me share this out. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Disappointed. I'm disappointed. I see 2 white cars. I am incredibly disappointed. I'm going to have to boycott. I refuse to commentate this. Anyway. We're here! Yippee! Let me just make sure everything's stable and the connection's all good, and then this, and then that, and then that, and then this, and then all this. And then put back up the chat. Yippee! We're here! Hello everybody, hello. For my friends who you know who you are, who are watching, the league is aware of your presence. Please do not say anything bad to slander yourselves, or me, or anyone really, for that matter. Positivity only. Not that none of you would ever do that, I would say, but be careful, please. My commentating job's on the line. So, for those who have been here recently, you may be thinking, what on earth is going on? Why is there all of a sudden orange cars and, well, there's always been orange. Why is there yellow cars and white cars and pink cars and yellow cars and black cars? Well, I'll have you know. So they recently broke the game, but we'll go into more detail in a moment. But we won't, but we do, but we don't, but we kind of do. I'll go into it now. So, essentially, Cody's have broken the game to the point where all the cars that we usually use for the team cars aren't equal anymore. Because they used to be equal, they used to be all based on driver skill, which is how we do this league. But now they're not equal anymore. So, we have resorted to using player cars. And player cars means custom liveries. So I sent out a ping yesterday about God knows when, saying, whoever can make the nicest looking car, get some extra screen time. And of course, all the drivers want the screen time. They don't want screen time, but all the drivers want it. So they all made me some lovely cars, except for a few who decided it would be funny to run fully white cars. And to those people who they know who they are, I'm very disappointed in you, and you should reconsider your actions. I think we're going to have to introduce a race ban for anyone with a white car for the next race after the mid-season, and it is completely unacceptable behavior. It does not embody the colors initiative. So yes, Mitch GK. Mainly you started this. It started off with AJ saying everyone should run the Alpine, which would have been bad, just as bad, but it is now Mitch running a fully white car. But it is time to get going, and I need to pull up my script that I wrote, because I wrote a script, because I'm very cool, like that. So give me about 3 seconds while we wait for everyone to load in. Because I have some witty banter, I must say, before the race starts. Because I always do. While everyone goes on their outlaps and sorts out their beings and who's it and what's it and however's. Because it is time to go racing very soon. As soon as we fade to black, There we go. So welcome everyone to round 6 of season 8 of League of MvP, and konnichiwa as we are readying up for the Japanese Grand Prix. With its race being on the F1 calendar since 1987, the Suzuka International Racing Course, or more famously known as Suzuka Circuit, is located in Suzuka City, Japan. This circuit has many layouts for many different motorsporting events, but the one we'll be racing today, because there's 18 corners, a 5.807 kilometer or 3.608 mile track length. Today we see the return to form from Roy as he decides to show up for once. And with Haas and AJ leading the championships after Monza, it would be wrong of me to call it close going into the mid-season. And with Mercedes and Williams performing well, we could be in for an interesting race and second half of the season. So grab your sushi and noodles. Let's go racing. That's my little script I wrote. I hope you all enjoyed that. People said they liked it last time, so I did it again. You're welcome. I can't wait to see these cars, other than 2 of them. I don't want to see 2 of them, but I cannot wait. I hope we have some good liveries out there, people. Make sure you check your pit, mate. We'll turn on our telemetry, get all this up. Someone's debating on going out on a mediums, right? Chat, I need you to pick the best looking car. I'll tell you which ones are disqualified for laziness. But I do see some nice ones out there. So we have B Process in the pink Alpine. Respect to that. I like Alpine. That's a bit biased towards the commentator. Here we go. Roy running orange and black triangles on the car. Bit bland, bit simple, but we like it. David even running an Audi livery. Pretty lazy, not even a real F1 team yet, very much concept car, but let's see how that goes. Dino running a Williams-inspired car, it seems, with the blue colours. Let me go back to Dino. There we go, yeah, a little bit of purple on there as well. Williams-inspired car, remember that. AJ running the same as his teammate David. Running an Audi livery. Also, I'm not going to remember anyone's teammates, and I'm not sorry. Josh Morton running a pink Alpine. Burmeister running, what is that? Is that a McLaren Triple Crown? No, what is that? That looked very cool. Is it just a plain orange car? Is that like, it looked like there was like flowers on it. Burmeister must know I'm watching, gives us a little weave. Ooh, a little bit purple lion sort of print. I like it. Jens with a bit of green, black, and white. Not too shabby. Yellow flag sector 3. The laps are going to start soon, but I'm still going to keep looking at these liveries. They are very, very nice, people. I see a pumpkin sort of livery. I think that was Roy. Like a Ferrari there from Snoopy. From the Ferrari driver. Thank you, Snoopy, for making that one easy on me. Team Red in a... that's definitely an Alfa Romeo style car. Respect to Team Red as well. For trying to make an Alfa Romeo there. Hamby going literally for the Williams, which helps me out there. Smidge, I think we went over going for a Williams. Swampy, he's a McLaren driver. Goes with a purple and silver. Nice little purple, silver, a little bit of blue as well. Very, very nice. Namfred goes for a Mercedes look, and oh my god, that is pretty good. Namfred pulling off the Mercedes look very well. And then we're back to Roy, AJ, Dino, AJ, Josh, Jens, Snoopy. We got some cars still to go out. But the first laps are going to start being set now. Nanbread, let's actually see. Yeah, no, Nanbread's got it. Lazy, I think I may have accidentally said lazy there instead of Nanbread. So Nanbread gets the credit there. The Melon Man's here. Hello, Melon Man. Let's see what Lazy's got on while the others are just finishing around the laps. Let's see if it's the same or if it's different to the teammate. Burmeister goes fastest. It's the same. That's going to be very easy for me to identify the top 3 leading this championship. Okay, thank you guys for your amazing liveries. So, let's get to the actual nitty-gritty work now. AJ going on 127.629 there at the top of the leaderboards in what should be a Haas. But for today, I will call them Audi Sport. in the Audi Sport car. Josh in the Alpine goes P2 with a 127.85. And 6 Burmeister and the Lion. I'm going to call that the Lion, but I know it's a Red Bull. A 127.916 Snoopy Ferrari, 128.345 B Processor, 129.228 in the Alpine. Who was that who's just shot up there? I think that may have been David DePay. Yes, it was. Going a 127.739 Hamby as well. A 127.703. Doing a pretty good job there. Williams and Haas. Audi Sport for today. In the Audi Sport sandwich is Hamby. Let's take a look down the grid. Oechi, I think, in Alfa Romeo as well, if I remember. That's a close enough Alfa Romeo car. I'll take it. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to need a collective boo in a moment for a specific driver, but I cannot seem to find them. Mitch GK, who's still in the pits, he's scared to show his face. When we see him on the track, we all need to collectively boo him for picking a plain white car. Yep, plain white car. Anyway, let's get back to here. Josh comes into the pits, sitting P4, smidge on our inner sign with the star spangled bannered car there, a 128.382 P8 Swampy, a 128.557 in that lovely purple car from McLaren. Jens into the pit. Process in the pit lane. Team Red for Alfa Romeo, 134.372 P12. And the slowest of the lot, Nambred, a 154.603. That's going to have to be quicker from Nambred if there's any chance of joining the Audi Sport Williams sandwich at the top here. Lazy's on a lap. Let's take a look here, actually, because this should be a pretty fast lap. Here we go. Down into the fast left, I believe. Yeah, little lift off, hit the apex, hits it nicely. This is going into sector 3 now. Little chicane here. Some drivers go straight over thinking they're forgetting there's a chicane there. But to the line, let me get everything that up. It's a P5 from Lazy in the Mercedes. Josh has somehow wiggled his way up in there into that top finishes today. I believe Josh is in Alpine. Is an actual Alpine driver, because I believe Josh and who else was running the pink Alpine process. I believe they're both the Alpine driver. I thought Jens was the Alpine driver. I don't know. But let's take a look. Roy, he's back, everybody. After a long absence of about what feels like 4 weeks, probably was 4 weeks. Returns from his trip around America, lands in Japan for this race weekend. 10 minutes to go, and Roy has not set a lap yet. Oh, I see that Mitch has just gone out, and we're going to have to collectively boo him in a minute. But camera keeps swapping there. Is going to get, I don't know who that is to move out the way. One of the Alpines to move out the way there. Go around nice and slow, nice and fast, but slow. You don't want to crash it. You want to make sure you stay within the track limits. Going now into funky hairpin territory, where you go, whoa, this is professional commentary. I don't know any of the corner names. So we're going down to the straight now. And Roy's going to have to make sure he lifts off pretty well, unless the setups let a flat out go through there, but I'm not too sure. The revs might be a bit too high. Going round now into start-finish straight territory. Roy on his return to McLaren, and he puts it P8. Bit anticlimactic, Roy. Just a little bit. Right. Everyone get your booing fingers ready. Boo! 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 I can't give him too much screen time. Kevin Cow! What is that? Not as in like a bad what is that, but whoa! Nice car, very nice. Doesn't respect the track limits though, but a very nice car from Kevin Cow there. Nice little yellow, orange, and black matte. Very nice, very very nice. Let's take a look around. I've been really bad at reporting on these times. Non-bred still hasn't improved that time. That time does need to be improved. Boo, no, thank you. You've been, consider yourself boo, Mitch, consider yourself boo. There's yellow flags everywhere on the circuit right now. That was a big yellow flag zone. I hope that was a bug. So Audi Sport back out again with David and AJ, both on outers. Hamby currently in the pits, needs to think about coming out if they want to challenge the Audi Sports today. Josh somehow plonking himself into P4 on a flyer now. We'll keep an eye on this in the pink Alpine of Josh Morton. Excuse me. It's usually yawning you get on the stream, not the burping, but going around through the chicane, handles it pretty nice. It's going to be a slow one. It's going to be a 1:32.973. No improvement on that P4 time. Unfortunately, Lazy's back out again, hoping to put it in between the Audi Sports, probably above Hamley, looking at pole position, or Lazy. After, I think, going acquiring his first pole positions. Roy has just pinged me. Hold on, this is important. Are you able to check the name sharing in the garage? Does that answer your question, Roy? I don't think it does. I can't see it, but it should in the race. If your testing worked, Roy, it should work. God forbid we have to cancel this race. Now that we would... I don't know what would happen. What would happen if we couldn't have the grid mates? What would happen? Yeah, what would happen if you didn't know who your grid box partner was? There was no way of telling. Because the main reason we're running player cars now is because we know that you can figure out who you're pitting with with the garage. But yeah. David DePay goes fastest. I'm so not paying attention. Non-bred, also a 1:27.456. I've been too busy working with Roy to actually do my job. David does snatch that pole back, looking towards the 1:26s. I think we could easily get to today. Lazy's currently out on a lap. Going in through sector 2. The track map is on the bottom right, but don't get confused. This track does not have an intersection. It has a bridge where you go under the bridge, all the way around, back over the bridge, which seems very confusing, I know. But there you go. Lazy goes and does that phenomenally. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left until we get racing. But before we do that, they've got to solidify their grid position. Lazy only P4. Mercedes right now is a tandem, really strong, but Lazy seeming not as dominant as usual. I think it might just be track preference here. Snoopy P6 in the Ferrari, pretty good performance. Been doing pretty well in the past few races. Keep your eye on Snoopy today for a chance of maybe a slippery podium finish. Oh my god, hello all 6 of you. We never have this much during qualifying, but welcome to the stream. Ignore my horrible voice crack. This is qualifying. We've got 4 minutes, 20 left before we hit racing, so stay tuned and we will be going racing very, very shortly. Kevin Cal invalidated. Who really needs to step it up here? Probably the bottom 12 would maybe bottom maybe the 128s really need to be in the 127s ideally, but they all can't be in the top, so. But yes, is Lazy on an in? Yes, Lazy's on an in, plus 1 second delta. Snoopy I assume would be on an in. Definitely on an in. Who's on a racing lap? Boechi's out. Roy could be on a race. No, Roy is on a racer. Let's take a look at Roy. The elevation changes around this track are pretty strong. We have a fair few bank corner, turn one, very banked. We'll see it off the start. We're going to see some chaos, and hopefully it should stay dry. I hope it does stay dry, because a wet Suzuka is essentially Monaco, and Monaco is a very, very accident prone. Roy gonna keep it within the track limits, very nice. That's to lift off a bit more than he would want to, and loses the car. Does manage to save it though from any major damage. Let's check that front wing, just to make sure there is no damage to it. I think if there is, it's minor front damage, but that lap time is now diddly squat to Roy. That's an invalidation there from Jens going around that corner, which Roy recently just lost his time at. Is B process on a flyer? I don't think so. It looks a bit off the pace for a flyer, if I'm going to be completely honest. Everyone's in the pits. They're going to all come out and do a lap. People currently on a lap will be one of the first to cross the checkered flag. Right. For those who may be new, the strategy with qualifying is you want to be the last one across the line, because when you cross the line, you're allowed to finish the lap you're currently on. So you want your out lap to finish. You want to be the last one going out on your out lap across the line. I hope that makes sense. So if you are the last one across the line, the time it hits like 0 as you cross the line, the next time someone crosses the line, that'll be the end of their qualifying, but you can still finish the lap you're on. The reason why you want to beat the last across the line, because the later you can start your fast-paced lap, the better chance you have. We have better track condition, and oh my god, here's a queue. You hardly get these. You want some spacing. Oh god, yeah, look at Sector 2 on the track map. Hooey! There's a pink Alpine causing a stir. Who is that? Ah, Josh Morton, of course. Causing some right old antics. Jens has retired in the pit lane. I hope that isn't a crash along the straight. I don't imagine it is. Look at them squabbling. They're all trying to get past. There's an overtake nearly happening here from Oechi and Alfa Romeo. This is chaos, trying to find a gap to get across the line. There's about 30 seconds left. Are any of them going to make it? 50 seconds left, excuse me. Are any of them going to actually make it to the line? Looking here, back at the links of David. There's a big queue in front to try and navigate past or through on your lap, because you don't want to get caught up in traffic on your lap. Traffic usually has to abide if they are not on a racing lap, but on a racing lap, game's game. Overtakes do happen on qualifying laps sometimes, because, yeah. But here we go, the last parade of cars going through the checkered flag. Who's going to be the last one? We're looking at Roy here, I think, to be the last one. Can he make it to the line? But look at this pile. Roy's just going to go charging through. Doesn't give a care in the world. Gonna try and get to line 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Oh, he's done it. He's done it by the skin of his teeth. But the B process, playing risky games, win risky prizes, could not pull it off. Here it will be, no it won't be. There's an orange car. I'm going to be doing that a lot. I'm just going to say a colour, and hopefully you find it. Here we go. Burmeister for Red Bull. Wasn't meant to be here, but managed to make it to the checkered flag. Is it going to be any improvement? It's P7. It's a marginal improvement. There's a Williams, I think, across the line of Hamby. 126.9. Williams not letting... No remorse, not letting this one slide. Who was that? Dino takes the line. P14 currently. Here goes unbeaten sign in the star-strangled banner of a car. Goes to P11, just shy of the top 10. There's a barrage of cars for you. There's a pink Alpine in the front, I think, of Josh Morton and Mitch here. And, well, there'll be Boo Mitch. But, here we go. Oechi P4, wow. Josh Morton P9, Mitch P10, And sign, I think we already went over sign. Dino and Kevin Cow, P17. There we go. Oh, here they all come. Oh, God. Orange cars. Has AJ crossed the line yet? No, he hasn't. There he goes, though. A 127.448 puts in P4. 2 cars dive into the pits. Roy also dives into a pit. There was a car sideways there. Team Red also dives into a pit because they sent the car sideways. That was really bad. So Swampy was out sideways, blocking the entire track, so no one there could complete their laps. So theoretically, even if it was a fast lap, there was just a car across the start finish line, and they couldn't finish their lap. I think the stewards might need to investigate that crash. Oh, get off the white car. I think the stewards are going to have to investigate that crash. Because I have a feeling that might have been caused by someone. I don't know the positioning of the car. I don't know. I think it might be something to look for in the stewards room later, stewards, if you are here. I know some of you are. But on to everyone's favourite part now. Everyone's got their grid slot. Hamby Little on pole position. Non-bred up there. Lazy off the pace for what I would guess of him. And if you haven't been following us, I can quickly go over the Constructors' Championship. It's AJ in the front, and then you've got, I think, Hamby third, AJ second, David fourth, I think. Here's your race director for me in the past, or in the future even. Hamby, though, takes pole position. David lines up grid slot number 2. Non-bred grid 3. AJ grid 4. Wedgie grid 5. Lazy grid 6. And Snoopy grid 7. Burp grid 8. Josh grid 9. Mitch grid 10. Roy grid 11. Unbeaten Sign grid 12. Swampy grid 13. Unlucky for some. Teammate grid 14. Smidge grid 15. Dino grid 16. Kevin Cow grid 17. B Process grid 18. And Jens grid 19. Cammy, you do not support the white car. I understand he's your teammate, but he's using a white car. This is criminal. This is scandalous. You cannot support it. We must boo him for using an uncreative color. White is not a creative color. I don't think that's how the original went. I think black is not a creative color. But anyway, white is still not a creative color. Now, I'm going to see if I can quickly pull up the race director and see who's pitting with who. I can't, so hopefully, if you're all here, you can see who you're pitting with. If not, uppies. I should imagine that the tech level is equal. I hope it is. Hopefully people haven't got parts on their cars. Melon Man, it's green. What's green? What do you mean it's green? Wait, Kevin, wait, no. Mitch's car's green, not white. What do you mean it's green? What's green? I'm green? You're green, die. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm in so much shock I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze and the lights are gonna go out. I see them all lined up on the grid. I think we are just waiting for everyone to check their grid partner, which is good. Everyone should be doing that. Check your Gridbox partner. I'm just going to check the Discord to make sure there is no major faults of the game. Oh well, they might not be highlighted, but 5 red lights, we're going ahead with it anyway. And we're green. Audi Sport off to, I think, a not so great start because the Mercedes behind Anambra are getting the jump. Hamby does keep the lead though. To Nambred. I need my positions changed. There we go. Alechi up into P4. AJ toppling down the order. Here goes another one of the Mercedes. The Mercedes has gone wide into the gravel. I don't know if that was at fault of AJ or just like lots of grip, but they're lazy into the gravel, plummets down like a pebble in a tank, all the way down. AJ goes down to P5, not plummeting, but maybe struggling to keep at the surface, shall we say. Green is not a creative colour, thank you. I tried. Everyone seeming to be pretty still. I see an Alpine and a really cool looking car having a fight from behind here. Kevin Cow, there we go, and the Alpine here having a little bit of Alpine going down the inside to no avail. They're splitting each other from the pack. Oh my God, Kevin Cow, that was a lot of pace bringing into that corner for the Williams of smidge in front. Here we go, here's a little side-by-side. I think the Alpines just managed to wiggle its way past, beat the process up 5 positions from race start. Very, very good start here. And also, Dino, really good race start from the midfield. On the front field, well, it's a bit lacking, completely honest. But, here we go, let's get my telemetry enabled. Hamby Little on the mediums. Let's check tyres. Oh my God, yes, tyre strategies. Ooh, okay, this is very interesting. From my identification before the race, softs are very, very bad race tyre. It should be mediums to hards or softs to hard. Some people saying the mediums aren't working with their setup. Some people saying the softs are too degrading. It's very hard. I think Suzuka is a very deck-heavy circuit. So, Process and Swampy taking a risk here. Burmeister, Jens, Smidge, and Snoopy playing it pretty safe. At the moment, maybe going to see if the softs can work out in the long run. Here we go. Let's go back over here. And we're already under a virtual safety car. I assume that's going to be because of build-up of debris. There. I assume, I would imagine, has someone lost the front wing? Who's missing a front wing? You know, no, 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 yes! Haha! Karma strikes! Karma does strike. The white car has no front wings. Karma does strike. Welcome, seven of you, to the Speed League of MVP Season 8, Race 6 around Suzuka. If you missed my little spiel at the beginning, it was very nice actually today. And the VSC has departed. David here looking at Hamby. DRS has been enabled. Here we go. Look at this speed from David going side by side. Gets it way done before the braking zone. Overtakes into this corner though. It happens a lot, but it's hard to keep him. David though has seemed to have kept it. Hamby now looking behind. Or looking at the rear wing of David's car. AJ plummeting down the order, stuck in a little DRS jet here of about 4 cars. AJ, Burr, Snoopy, Sign. Sign, I don't know if Sign's American, but they are only a the Star Spangled banner. And AJ is American, so I don't know if he'll feel any remorse overtaking that car. Here we go, Ferrari and Red Bull having a little bit of a fight here. Going down now around into some heavy banking areas, into the hairpin. There's a few hairpins on this side. I probably shouldn't say a hairpin. It's a bit vague. The wide hairpin. There we go. That's what I'm calling that. We'll look back a bit. A few people have gained a few more positions. Dino up 6. B Process up 6. Because Mitch has had to pit and has plummeted down to the order 30 seconds behind Smidge. If you want to add up all the intervals between Smidge and David, you can if you want the leader, because I don't like the leaders. Here you go, though. Here's a little bit of an Alpine argy-bargy moment. Is he going to get through? I think he has. There you go. B Process through on Team Red, I think that was. Yes, it is. And here goes the other Alpine. It's an Alpine sandwich. No, here goes back Team Red on the Alpine. Very nice move, but the battery surely can't be looking... Oh, actually, the battery of B Process could be looking a lot healthier. 21% battery. Definitely could be looking at some better days. For those who are new, the battery bar is the middle yellow bar with the yellow percentage. Battery, when deployed, gives your car a speed boost. What has happened to Owechi? There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. He's on the grass. He hasn't crashed out, God forbid. But down all the way to P18. Don't let Mitch catch you, Seb. A fate worse than death would that be. For those who are new, the yellow bar at the bottom is your ERS percentage. ERS being electric reusal system, electric electronic reuse system. I forget. Because DRS is drag reduction system. Something like that. I've just missed an overtake for the lead. Well, I haven't missed it. You could have seen it in the peripheral. There goes Nanbred. On Handy Nanbred. Looking good today. The Wi-Fi isn't looking too bad. The Wi-Fi seems to be holding up. I sent out a quick prayer for Nanbred's Wi-Fi, and it seems to be working a bit too well, indeed. But David is leading still. Not that I have favourites, but I give my prayers to certain people. Snoopy in P5 sitting pretty well. Snoopy has been in the last few races. Obviously, just coming off a Monza, Ferrari driver, should be pretty proud. I don't know where Snoopy finished. I think it was pretty high up, unless there were some post-race penalties applied. Team Red, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Warnings can be from track limits exceeding, so going outside of the white lines and gaining an advantage, or colliding into other cars. Here's an overtake here on Burmeister, and Sign potentially building up here. At the front, David and Nanbred getting very close, but we'll cut to that when that gets super close. And when I mean super close, I mean in like 1 second before it happens, because, well, I'm very bad. But Sign seems to be falling back a little bit here off the back of Burmeister, but we will cut towards the front then, as that gap is ever closing. Here you go, Nanbred into the final part of Sector 3, into the chicane, brings in a lot more speed than David, has to take some evasive action there. I think here comes the DRS, here comes the battery percentage as well. Here we go, down the main straight, it's going to be easy, like taking candy from a baby, and the candy's been stolen. Oh, and he's running away with it. That baby is crying. But David does have more battery for the long-term fight, and now with those two fighting a lot more, Hamby can set his sights maybe on a potential overtake coming up here. On David, I think Nanbred here is just going to run away with that candy. Nanbred really took David's nose, if you will. He's really just said, I got your nose, and now he is running like Usain Bolt. Could have made a joke, but I think I've done too many jokes in the past 3 seconds, so I'm going to shut up. The Alpines are having a bit of a scrap. Josh and B process on the inside. I think no B process on the inside. Josh manages just to squeeze on by. This does remind me a lot, these pink Alpines, of some tragic start of year accidents for Alpine in the real F1. But I digress. My sadness is immense whenever I see that. Oh god, here they go again, lads. Please, I don't need a recreation of Australia. But down the straight, David can't get back on Nanbred. The gap's too big. Nanbred's gaining the gapage through Sector 1 and the other sectors, and then it's not enough to go in. There's been some pit stops. Swampy and Josh, those are the soft tyre runners. One of them was the soft tyre runner. The other one, the other soft tyre runner being a process, is still out. But it's a hard change to Swampy, so probably mediums. And Josh goes on to the medium compound. That will maybe last 20 laps if you're lucky. And I mean if you're lucky. I'm saying safety car, every like precaution you can throw in the book here. AJ's been really quiet with his driving today. Usually he likes to be a bit more loud about what he's doing. But he's just sort of sitting back here watching this fight go on up front. They're getting closer and closer. David's doing a lot of the dirty work here for AJ to bring the Audi Sport team ultimately closer to the front. Because while they're fighting, what we'll see Hamby get caught up in that fight. Those entire three will start slowing down and catch back up into AJ's attack range. Sign, and AJ's also escaped the queue behind him, which is a big help in terms of what's happening here. Kevin Cow just gets past Team Red there on one of the biggest straights here, going now into a very fast left-hander. Sheesh. Oh no, God, here goes Team Red again. There's a yellow flag, and you'll never guess who it's for. It's for the white car. He who shall not be named. But here goes Team Red down the straight, and there goes a Mercedes down the straight. Lazy trying to climb back up positions after an accident at the start. And there goes Team Red. That was a very nice move, nearly taking the grass there. Nice, well, not so nice squeeze there from Kevin. But Team Red doing the most there to not put it in the gravel, but get a really nice overtake. That's like driver of the day material. Let's put it that way, Team Red. Very, very nice. Oh. Driver of the day is who I vote is the best, who did the best drive. Is who I vote like best overtake or best like comeback recovery drive, etc., etc., etc. It's my vote now. Whatever the game says, it lies. I get a pick now, which puts so much more responsibility on me and so much more bias on me as well, technically. But they don't mind. They love me as a commentator. And Mitch has retired in the pit lane. I told you so, Mitch. Karma has been served. Revenge is best served. What is it? Revenge is best served cold? No. What is it? Justice is best served cold. No. I forget. Someone might need to help me out with that. But let's just say justice has prevailed. And oh god, here we go. Here's that three-way fight I was hoping for. And there's a retired car coming up the pit lane. To add some interesting dynamics to this fight, there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. But that's a very big, long yellow flag. B Process gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as B Process dives into the pit lane on those soft compound tires, I believe, going to come off them because they have been degrading really badly, I would imagine. And go on to the hards. Softer hards might be the play, but it doesn't seem to be the play at the minute. Process down in 16th. Down in 18th now. So we're back to the 18 drivers we were... Although there's been a little bit of Tracy Wazies in the way. Where are we in terms of gappage? Here we go. Look at this. You have Unbeaten Sign and Snoopy here, right? They're going to do some fancy... but look at the elevation changes on this circuit. It's definitely not an easy circuit to drive. I will say that from experience. But the drivers do such a great job. But here goes Sign down the main straight. Here's a move. Capitalization here. You can capitalize here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Down the straight. By the time it takes for me to think of capitalize, I can't. Oh my god, it's Zach. Oh my god, hey Zach, how are you, my guy? For those who are new here, Zach is like a semi-professional commentator. I'm going to hype him up a lot. He's a semi-professional commentator who used to commentate here after I left for a bit, but then I came back because he left to go do bigger and greater things, which is completely fair. And their last resort was me, so I'm back. But nice to see you in these parts, Zach. So nice. We've had a few pit stops, so let's quickly check the tyre data here. It looks to be new hards for Kevin, new hards for Lazy. Lazy had a good climb up, but gets put all the way back down on those hard compound tires. I think it's going to be a hard climb for Lazy. I think there's a lot of like tight packs here for me because of the grid. It's going to make it really hard to climb up. And only a few stoppages at the minute, so yeah. Let's take a look-see round here. Hamby still pursuing David and Naanbread. They've managed to keep it pretty together, but AJ's lax approach here has sort of made him lose out here. He's now 4 seconds out. They're not really fighting, which doesn't what he wants. Don't get it twisted. I am a professional. I earn more from commentary than I do my apprenticeship. But yeah, nice to see you too, man. Keep it up. These are good guys. They are amazing. He is very much a professional. He's not semi. He's very professional. For those who may be familiar, he commentated the Formula E when they had their London GP. They had their Accelerate Championship, which was R-Factor Racing. He was one of them commentators. He gets paid the big bucks. I do this out of willingness of my own heart. I don't know. Whatever I could think of these days. AJ Pitts, I assume for hards would be my guess. Yes. Pitts for hard, I could see it in the top right. Why did I? Anyway, AJ Pitts for hards and gets put down the order. The grid's really packed together, so it's really hard to see. Pit stops are really like detrimental here. You lose a lot of time, and then you've got to climb it back up. But a lot of people haven't pitted yet, so that time should be made back. It's an illusion. It's a big illusion. Burmeister and Sign here having a little bit of a fight. I'm going to keep an eye on them as I keep an eye on the top three here. Going now down this long straight where we're going to see some battery burn by David here. A little bit of battery burn on the exit just to get that acceleration up a little bit to aid in the closing of the gap towards Narnbread, but it's not enough. Narnbread still holds it out, but got a little bit of a chance with some DRS assist this time down the main straight. Let's see. David manages to keep the gap pretty close through the chicane, going now onto main straight. I'm going to take off for a broadcast. Keep it up, the comms, man. Sounding great. Thanks, Zach. Good luck with your commentating, man. And David wishes you well, giving you the blessed overtake there on Narnbread. He saved that one for you, Zach. Enjoy your stream. I'll make sure maybe I'll return the favor and pop in and say hi. Did not expect that. Wow. What a nice man. Roy there in the pits with Team Red. Don't think they knew they were double stacking. But they have. Yeah, pit stops right now really being detrimental. The soft runners actually are. The people who started on the soft have been doing pretty well in terms of their position right now. Excuse me. I'm still a bit shocked that Zach just showed up out of nowhere. Fair play to him. Jens up 10 positions in the scuffed car, which I don't know what it's trying to be. But it has my respect nonetheless because it's not white. Dino up 9 positions, very good job. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything really, but it's really quite hard. This is not an easy job, man. And poor Zach has to do this professionally for money. Oh, I think this is going to trigger off a lot of pit stops. Ooh, Hamby. Let me quickly check the tyres of the grid. Hamby's going to stay out on the hards, go for an overcut, I think. Or an undercut. I forget which way round it is, if I'm completely honest. Essentially, if you pit earlier than the person in front of you, it's an undercut, I think. And if you pit after someone, it's an overcut. I don't know. You usually get undercuts more often than overcuts. So I think, yes, it should be the way round. I'm thinking about it. Abby's got a good margin now to the rest of the grid. And there's your tyres in case you're interested. And there's the stops in case you're interested. I didn't mean to stop on that, but I did now. Hamby doing bits out the front with an interesting strategy because Burmeister and Sign are pretty close. If we look down to David, actually does manage to get in front of Narnbread. Jens has somehow slotted himself in the middle of this. Started out on the soft, on the white walls now. Done an amazing job as Jens to put himself in this position. Really interesting strategy, which I said might not pay out. It's paying out. The newer tyres on Narnbread, though, might make this a bit more challenging than it needs to be. Narnbread behind, gaining. No, and it's done. It's happened. Jaws has struck, and the ends is overtaken by Narnbread. Narnbread will continue the march as Hamby comes into the pits. Let's see how this happens here. Hamby in the pit lane. Snoopy goes past. Smidge might get past. There goes Smidge. There goes David. And Narnbread's gonna just miss out, but have the advantage as those tyres are icy cold for Hamby. This is going to be some great driving here from Hamby to keep this position. And I think, yeah, oh my god, that was very close. But Hamby will lose out on that. It was a very ambitious strategy, and sadly did not pay off there. For Hamby, Nonbred doing a pretty good job, keeping it P6. David does actually get ahead of Smidge there, putting a car in between Nonbred at this stage. Could be really crucial because it means that Nonbred's going to have to try and make a pass. And if Smidge puts up a good defense for Nonbred, for David even, it gives them just more time to stay out at the front. At 14 of 27, we're nearly halfway through, people. Hey, I think we are halfway through. 10-4, 10-4, 20. Yeah, we are halfway through. Wow, that's gone a lot quicker than I thought it has. Wow, okay. So, Snoopy, running P3 currently. The imminent threat of David right behind. Burmeister pits and locks up. Unbeaten Sai and Snoopy are staying out on the hard. A sign on the mediums. Must be looking after them in the mediums very well. As David's going quickest on the hard compound and Snoopy on the hards can afford to stay out longer than the rest. Just trying to think, did Snoopy start on the softs? Because if so, this has been an amazing drive. Actually, let me check the stops. Stop. No, stop. No, he hasn't stopped yet. He has not stopped yet. But he's doing a good job. You're doing a good job, Snoopy. Congratulations. Yellow flag in sector 1, and it's a virtual safety car. For Swampy, I would imagine. Yes. I'm noticing a lack of a front wing. So, actually, let me check something. Let me check something real quick. Let me check something. I forgot to say it in the briefing. We usually have, when it comes to rules and flags, we have reduced safety car and standard red flags. We've been getting a lot of ESCs for like just one broken front wing, and I guess excuse you. Okay, what has happened here? I need to investigate this. So, AJ and Lazy, arguably the two quickest drivers at the minute, both have drive-through penalties for speeding under the VSC. What in Houdini? And everyone else is going to come into the pits. Oh my god. Thank god there's ghosting in this game. Because that would have been definitely a penalty in real life. And oh my god, okay, I need to go back onto tyres. Here we go. Here's the new tyres, people. I see some new medium compounds for Snoopy, Smidge. And I see a few used compounds, I would imagine, as well. But I digress. Welcome, all 6 of you, to the stream. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Or if you've just joined, welcome. Which I've already said, so I don't know why I say that, but it's what I say. We are currently seeing a written sign in the lead with an incredible 11 position gained drive, but not as incredible as Yen's 14 position gained drive. Sign, though, yet to pit, started on the hards, which is a risky strategy because usually the people behind you are quicker. And when you stop, they're going to overtake you while you're in the pits because they've been slowly gaining on you on the previous laps. So it's very risky strategy to pull off. But in the odd chance it works, it's pretty amazing. And here we're going to see it not work, I don't think. Because here goes David, here goes Nonbred, here goes Hamby, and it's the same top 3 we had about, give or take, a couple of laps ago. Jens has come into pit as well. So this will be Jens falling all the way back down the order. Look at that pit stop. Hooey. Really gets the creative juices flowing. Be processed. 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Tisk tisk. Naughty boy. I have a headache today. I think my headache is like causing me to be like incredibly charismatic, shall we put it, or jovial. That's a better word. Let's use jovial, and a bit less serious today. Also because there's just so much to keep track on, and my head hurts. Here's B process going out the pit lane very slowly. Here we go, Snoopy on the Alfa Romeo of Oechi. Here we go, down the inside. Does it? Nearly. I can't see him. There they go. Down the inside. Still takes a look. Doesn't make any moves. Still looking. Still looking. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. Around the wide hairpin. Down the straight. It's going to happen. Right on the rear gearbox. Doesn't even finish the turn. And the move's been done. Little bit of battery burning there. And I assume Oechi would be just letting that one happen. Yeah. Not much battery burn there. Just sort of letting that overtake exist, and coalesce and oxygenate. Unbeaten side has actually gained positions off his strategy. It's not first, but it's pretty darn good. Burmeister has, I think, changed compound. Yes, he has. Burmeister's gained a couple positions from strategy as well. Really good. I think the strategy here around Suzuka is pretty strong. If you're going to get your tyre strategy on, it's a pretty good, it's a pretty good race. Lap 18 of 27 now, not many laps to go. Under 10 laps to go, in fact, because my quick maths tells me so. I think I'm kind of overstimulated from all these random cars over my grid. AJ is all the way down in P12. What has happened to AJ? Oh, the drive-through. The drive-through happened. So we have this joke similar to the IRL F1 of the Lazy podcast. Because Lazy's been on like most of, or if not, most of the podiums. We had to postpone the episode last week due to technical difficulties. But AJ was a pretty frequent guest on there as well. But it seems like neither of them will be taking part in my podcast today. But David might have to represent. Hamby also showed up in the podcast quite a few times. But never the other Mercedes. I have a feeling that Lazy and Nonbred may have switched accounts. I think they may have switched accounts, and Lazy is driving on your Nonbred GF, and your Nonbred GF is driving on Lazy. It's been a complete role reversal at Mercedes today. Pretty, not subpar performance, but they want to get Haas back in the constructors. They've got to do a little bit of a better job. Although Haas needs to be doing a better job to defend it right now. Although they're in first, which you can't shake a stick at, but the other car's in 12th. And you also can't shake a stick at Mercedes being in second, but the other one's in 16th. So you kind of want to be scoring points with both cars here if you want a pretty decent shot at getting by. Especially in terms of leading the Drivers' Championship, which AJ is, followed by Lazy, and neither of them are scoring points this weekend currently. David might actually overtake him. Maybe even Hamby, for God's sake, might overtake him. I'm going to check that right now, in fact. If it ends how we're currently running now, and as you're going to see Hamby overtake Nonbred, here we go. There's your overtake to keep you all engaged. I'm just really bad at catching them, I swear. Curse of the weight. Sorry, I had to... Mitch has put Curse of the right car. I need to find the Alonso gif. There we go. I want to check the standings. So, la-di-di-di, la-da-do, la-da-dum. League of MVP Season 8. I want to check the constructors. AJ leads it by 1 point. So technically, if Lazy was to get past AJ, the Hamby's behind on 67. Finishing second currently gives 20... 20, I think. 23 for first, 20 for second, I believe. So 20 goes to 87, overtakes them both. Wow, okay. So Hamby really needs this if he wants to become top of the drivers. Really slow, like, first couple races, but going into this, like, later mid-season point, he's been pretty strong. Oh, and I should say, we go to the mid-season after this. I will say again later, but there will be no race next weekend, due to it being the mid-season. So we give the drivers a little bit of a break because they've been racing every weekend, for the past 6 weekends. So we give them a little bit of a break next weekend, and then we get racing again. Let them have their 1 weekend of socialization and touching grass. And then they're back racing again next week. So, yay. Non-Bread actually kind of being gapped here by Hamby, and Hamby's actually closing that gap to David pretty quickly. But looking down across the grid, I'm seeing a lot of gainers. I'm seeing Kevin Cowell up 7, Smidge up 7. I'm seeing Unbeaten Sign up 7. But I'm also seeing Awechi down 9 and Lazy down 10. So that might explain all the gainers. And AJ also down 8. And Josh Morton gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Naughty. Do not cut the track and do not crash into other drivers. That is not very nice. Here we go. 1 second, barely. Now, 1 second between Non-Bread and Hamby, but barely 1 second between David and Hamby. Hamby's been on an utter charge the past few races, so we're going to keep an eye on him here. Unless I spot something lower down the grid, which I do need to pay attention to more, I admit. You've been seeing a lot of the front. I've been talking a lot about the front of the grid. I hate to respect the back, you know? I hate to respect the caboose of this big F1 circus. So, yes, here we go. Through Suzuka S's, a very infamous set of corners. I forgot to mention it in my little pre-race spiel. Spiel? That's a Pokemon. I mean, spiel. But Suzuka S's very, very famous set of corners. Similar to the Singapore Sling and Maggots and Beckett's. They have very, very big reputation in F1. Very, very famous corners. I have a very, very famous corner. For a different reason, Cops. Well, in recent years. That's not me saying there should be a crash. However, maybe there should be a safety car. Although I can't really complain. If the drivers said they wanted less safety cars, I pushed for that for them and they got less safety cars. Yes, it means it's not as entertaining for us, but we still get some good overtakes. What the drivers, what we lose in entertainment value from safety cars, we gain in the ability of drivers being able to overtake and perform moves cleanly and without interference, and it not looking like a lottery, although it always like kind of seems like a lottery somehow. Does we get like Sign up in 5th? And Sign's also about to make a move on, I think that's Burmeister in front, or trying to. Battery is not very forgiving though. And that's a fuel light. Oh, I see a fuel lights. Oh, there's a fuel light. AJ had a fuel light for a second. Josh has a fuel light. David has a fuel light. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think in the League of MvP history, no one's ran out of fuel before. I don't think anyone's ever ran out of fuel, but will today be the day? Because I only pick up on things whenever they become important. That's the thing. I'll never notice like fuel lights until they're like crucially important to the plot of the race. You know, each race has a plot. It plays out. All this, all that. I should probably go back to Sign and Burmeister, but they seem to split up a bit now. And it seems like most of the grid split up. Here we go. Let's look at an Alfa Romeo here on Roy. Roy the boy returning from America. Just about scraping points, and he's going to be eating the crust in a minute if Team Red can get past here. In comparison to Roy, in comparison to Team Red, Roy is eating good tonight. But in comparison to David, Roy is kind of washed. McLaren haven't scored points in the last 4 races, I believe. Unless I am wrong. Swampy being the only Mercedes driver. Missing 1 or 2 himself, and then DNFing, and then just not finishing in the point threshold of P10 and up. But I think that here we go. This is it. Team Red is going to go, no, hey. Goodbye, Roy, you're washed. And does that with such style that Roy cannot even speak a word back and doesn't get past. I should say, for the new viewers, we strive for professionalism here on my commentating. This is only, if you tune into the real F1 broadcast, you will hear people just absolutely slandering the drivers. I'm joking. I'm really unprofessional. I'm more of a comic when it comes to commentating. But the people seem to love it, and it brings in pretty decent views. So, why not? You know, let's have some fun. What the flip? I don't know what the flip. I don't know why you're flipping the arms at the minute. I don't know what's happened. So, unless I said something, then, I mean, I say a lot of things, especially when I commentate. A lot of words come out my mouth, because it's almost like that's the job description. But, I'm just trying to find a battle. Here we go. Look at this. Look at your eyes. Avert your eyes here. It's like jingle, jingle, jingle. Look at the keys. Look at the keys. Here you go. Hamby. Narnbread got past Hamby. I didn't even realise that. But Narnbread is now going to try and loot. Narnbread isn't going to try and do anything. Hamby's going to try and get past Narnbread again. A podium for Narnbread would be pretty huge, you know. Oh, I think that might be that is a pit lane retirement. It's not a crash, people. Chill your beans. No crashing today. This could be our first race without a full safety car. Now that I've said that, 3, 2, 1, safety car. Commentators Code is real, and I do it every day, every stream, every race. This is, like, I will say, this will be our first race without a safety car, and one will happen. Actually, no, we're not going to get a safety car. We're on lap 25 out of 27. Oh my god, we've done it. They've done it. They haven't got enough, well, we've got 2 virtuals, but they're not going to get a full course safety car. Oh my god, it's a miracle. Congratulations. Be processed. You got 5-second speeding time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. There's been another retirement of Be the Process in the pit lane. So that's 2 pink Alpines gone. I don't think they're on the same team though. I think it's Josh and where has he gone? Jens that are Alpines, but I don't know. Maybe there was some coordination there between the 2 of them, or maybe they just thought, oh, funny new pink Alpine. Let's drive the pink car. So AJ extends his lead by a singular point. P10 is worth 1 point, but he's chasing down Kevin Cow, so this could be another point here for AJ. If he can... Oh, hey, what happened there? Oh, wait, that was the retiring Alpine. Never mind, that was a retiring Alpine. Dino overtakes Lazy in the pit lane, but I think by that logic, Lazy should overtake... Yeah, there we go. Lazy overtakes Dino. Pit lane logic, people, very simple. Like actual logic, but bad. Hamby got past Narnbread. But Hamby's now 2 seconds ahead. Nearly 3. What is going on? And we're about to start the last lap. This all feels... I feel like I'm in a fever dream. I don't think this is real. Like, I don't know what about this isn't real. My head just can't comprehend that we've gone through 27 laps already. I'm going insane. This title might as well be called Descent into Madness. But here's David, right? He's done a fantastic drive. He's kept it consistent. He got pole. He's going to win from pole. He's done a great drive. We're going to have a good chin wag in about 3 minutes because that's what we usually do whenever I see him on the podium or any Haas or anyone for that matter. Even Hamby, I try to have a good chin wag with. He's a bit quiet though. My only, not complaint, but tiny thing. AJ scrapes some more points. There you go, people. Your championship leader now leads by a bit more. After Lazy, I didn't have too hot of a race. So some questions. I need to think about questions I need to ask. Well, we need to cut to David because he's about to cross the line. Calm down, the cars are just going zoom. I wish I could calm down. David goes into AI mode. I believe that's allowed? I don't know. Some leagues it's not. I read the rule book. Do I remember it? No. All I remember in there is I'm not allowed to yawn more than 3 times per stream. But anyway, David, congratulations, you win the Japanese Grand Prix. Congratulations in the Audi Sport Car, also known as the Haas car. Hamby comes across P2 in the Williams, and Nanbred for Ferrari, for Mercedes, gets the podium position he deserves after a long time of asking. He received Burmeister P4, signed P5. Snoopy's going to take home P6 for Ferrari. Very nice. Smidge, P7 for Williams. Good score from them. Team Red has a penalty here, so might not finish P8, but finishes at P8 on track. AJ finishes P8 on track. There's been a crash at the finish line. The car hasn't crossed the line. Kevin Carroll just crashes the car before he can cross the line. Oh no! That is hilarious. Team Red P9, Roy T10, Jens P11, Oechi P12. Lazy's gonna finish P13. Unlucky performance there from Lazy. P13 and fastest lap, but no fastest lap point outside the top 10. Dino is gonna come home P14, and Swampy gets P15. Oh my god. Roy Dirty Driver confirmed. Oh boy, was that incident caused by Roy there, Cammy? Do you know? You'll need to fill me in on that one. But I need to open the race direct because you're not here and I need all the data. I'll allow that to slide. It's white, but it's red. It's for Japan. Here he goes. David DePay. He's going to kiss the trophy because it's going to react to him kissing to it. It's not. It's just a metal trophy. I don't know. I mean, yes, Roy is a dirty driver, but what's new about that? There goes David spraying the champagne on, I think it's Naan Bread and Hamby. I'll add them to the party in a minute, but I need to get the race director down. So I'm not going to read this out because I already read it out. I'm so sorry. This weekend I've got to do race results. Cammy would usually do them, but I must do them now. So I will do it for him. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. Yeah, I will do that though. A few bad pit stops though. Anyway, but congratulations, David. Hamby, I'm going to interview you as well, and Nanbread. Long time of asking, we'll be interested to see if there is a report for it. Well, as in like, oh, it's stewards. Why, do you do the stewards as well? Oh, am I going to have to become a steward? I'm going to have to become a steward. Yay! Let's get the lads in here. Let's start up the podcast. Let's start it up. Where is he? No, I don't want... No, Mel, you are not joining the podcast. Why can't I see any of them? I should have them added by now, huh? Maybe if I like leave. Hey guys. Bye guys. I just was in game chat for a second there. There we go. No, why are you still there? No, you're not. You're not joining. Do I need to scroll down? There we go. I need to scroll down a bit. Hamby, non-bread, David. Yay! Waiting for others to join. Okay, great. Well, hey! We have our first visitor of the podcast. It's David. Hello, David.
Hello.
It's not the it's not the lazy podcast anymore because he's gone. He's in the gutter. But we will get round to you. I also see non-bread has joined, but is having a little bit of an issue loading in. And I see that Hamby's also here. So you're all here. Amazing. Who finished third? I believe it was non-bread at the end of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, I think. Is your voice sharing enabled?
How do I check that?
Open the party, go on to the settings, party settings, and then it'll say, no, not party settings, excuse me, yeah, voice chat settings, and then it'll say something along the lines of share your voice. I could just like turn it up on the stream. Hold on, if you're alright with hearing yourself. Yeah, you're good.
Alright, so
Right. So, first of all, congratulations to not you but your Wi-Fi for holding you in the race there. But also congratulations for you for the driving and finishing on the third place on the podium.
Finally.
Finally, how many times asking? 5 times asking?
Something like that, yeah.
Wow. How was that race from your POV?
It was quite a fun, enjoyable race, to be fair. I'd say it's the best of the season for myself, due to other reasons. But yeah, it was a shame about the pit stop. Obviously David went past me, which was crucial for his race, but I got stuck behind traffic coming out, and that kind of screwed things up for me.
I think I caught the pit stop. I remember, honestly, that commentating session felt like a fever dream. I have a headache. Like time had no like effect. I don't know what happened, but in terms of your race, it was pretty good. I mean, you qualified pretty well. I think what, P4?
Yeah, no, P3.
P3. Yeah, so you finished where you started. But yeah, no, you had a pretty good qualifying. You drove pretty consistently. That top 3 of you, Hamby and David, seemed to be getting into fights every now and again, and then you would split apart and then merge back together, and then there was pit stops, merge, split. Whole little thing. Go on.
Sorry?
Go on.
Towards the end of the race, I had to give up second because of my fuel, trying to save it. I was point 8.
I knew something was going to happen with the fuel, because the one time I ever noticed that someone's fuel light was blinking, of course someone had to save fuel.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a little bit of fuel saving had to let that second go. But I mean, hey, it's really good points. Yeah, it's good points for Mercedes, because of course your teammate sadly didn't finish in the points today. Did secure the fastest lap, but no fastest lap point will be awarded because outside the top 10. But you bring in the points haul for Mercedes, but the damage could be worse. AJ just about got in the points, and of course David, won the race. It's not optimal, but you mitigate some damage.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, fair play on your part. I think you'll still be behind Haas in the constructors, but let me look at your individual drivers. Quickly,
Mate, don't even worry about me. I'm right at the bottom.
Still, you'll be surprised how many positions you'll jump up. Oh, you weren't joking. So what, third place is like 18 points, 18-6, 24. I'll put you about like mid-table. So a couple more performances like this, you'll be up there.
Yeah, well, with the Wi-Fi sorted, it should be alright now, so...
With the Wi-Fi sorted, yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I mean, you've got a mid-season break now, which may mess up your flow, but you get a break week.
We'll keep going. We'll keep pushing.
Amen. Any comment on, like, any comments from yourself or about the team or anything, really, before I let you disappear into the abyss?
No, that's it from me, really, so thank you.
Well, congratulations, and have a good rest week.
Cheers.
I'll move on to second now. Hamby, congratulations. Nice to see you up here again. Really putting in these consistent podium finishes, and it's really, really good for of course, your personal drivers and your constructors. But first of all, tell me about your race.
Solid race, just sticking with George and David for the entirety of it.
You did manage to do that quite well. AJ behind, I think you three, at the start was trying to stick and hang back a bit, but ultimately was the downfall. But no, you did a really good drive, managing to keep up, kept on jostling with them, managed to squeeze out a P2. Was there any fuel concerns on your behalf? Because Narmbread said there was a few fuel issues with him.
Yeah, I sat behind Narmbread. I sat his DRS for a couple of laps, just saving.
Fair. I mean, having that DRS was quite powerful, and obviously by the time he had to hand back that position, obviously it was a bit too late to make any gains on the fuel that he had. So, I mean, very smart, intelligent play. Going now towards the championships. This is, I believe, might just squeeze you. It's going to squeeze you into second, but it might squeeze you equal with AJ at the top. Did you expect to be at the top of the drivers at this point in this season?
Not really, no.
I mean, do you have obviously consistent performances have obviously allowed you to gain these points to put you up there, and also maybe some other people's misfortunes. But I think from my perspective at least, you put in some really consistent drives and you put it in where it mattered, capitalized on other people's mistakes, and you've gotten up here pretty well. And do you think you're going to be able to carry that form into the second half of the season after the rest week?
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. For Williams, I believe, I don't know where your other Williams car finished, P6 maybe?
Fifth or sixth.
That might actually give you the edge over. Oh, actually, it might not. I don't know. It might. It depends. Yes, I think it might actually. You might overtake Haas in the constructors as well. So, that's also a big achievement at the mid-season point. But then, of course, you've got to keep a hold of that, and keep putting in the performances. Do you feel the tracks coming up in the second half of the season suit you quite well?
Apart from Monaco, I think so, yeah.
I forgot we have Monaco on the calendar. But yeah, I mean, hopefully there should be some more consistent performances, and I hope to see you up here not a bit more often. I hope to see you up here at least a few more times in the second half of the season. But have you got any final words from yourself?
Yeah, not really. Just need to kill Amnesia to win at some point.
Okay. Well, congratulations. And well done on your maybe potential top of championships. I hope to see you after the rest week up here again. Who knows? So congrats and have a great rest of your evening. Yep. And David, unfortunately, has been very patient. for me. David, hello, how are you?
Hello,
Nice to
hello.
see you up here again. Yada yada yada. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go through that spiel. The amount of times I've talked to you on the. I'm joking. How are you, man? How was that race for you?
I'm fine. Yeah, the race was enjoyable. Pretty tough in the beginning, especially, but no, qualifying went pretty well. I mean, the last lap of qualifying didn't really go to plan. A lot of traffic, while my tires were not ready to start the lap, so a lot of oversteer and understeer. I still managed to get a front row and get a good start, and just basically stuck into the DRS for like 13, 14 laps. Just played the game, and I knew I had to pass George before we went to the pits, just for a risk of a double stack because of the multiplayer cars, and in the end I still got no traffic, so yeah, that really went to plan,
Yeah.
and I could just manage my pace. I mean, not really manage my pace because I had to look after fuel, and I thought I was gonna lose the win, honestly, because I was like minus for like the last 5 laps. But yeah, I still got it, so happy with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, pretty decent vibe. I mean, all three of you just sort of stayed within each other, played some intellectual mind games. I feel like I just asked you all the same question. But honestly, with like a front fight like that, there's not really much I can do as a commentator to ask you some interesting questions other than about your championship and your teammates. Speaking of your teammate, David, a series of unfortunate events for AJ.
Yeah.
Any comment?
I mean, he had some okay pace, I think. I think he was looking for the first stint on an easy P4. But then under the VSC, he was actually happy with the VSC because we could like save some fuel. But then, yeah, he got a drive through, and yeah, still managed to get some okay points. So we still gapped Mercedes this race, but yeah, it could have been more points for AJ. But he'll bounce back next week, I'm sure of that.
Here's another question about your competitors. Who's the greater threat at the minute, Mercedes or Williams?
The greatest what?
The greater threat, like who's more, who's more concerning at the minute, Mercedes or Williams?
I don't have the standings in my head, like, but
I could tell you the standings as of last race. Haas 121, Williams 104, Mercedes 90.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you look at the standings, you say Williams, but in the end, I always say Mercedes still has a really quick and fast drive lineup. I think Hamby is also really quick, and Embiid sometimes has a little bit of a less good performance, but today he still managed to get P5 with faster laps, so maybe even P4. So I think if Williams keeps it consistent, they can be a threat, but I always see Mercedes as a threat. So I think the honest question is both.
Did you say AJ got the fastest lap?
No, I think Embiid got the fastest lap.
Lazy got the fastest lap there.
Oh, did Lazy got it?
Got it on like the when the last people crossed the line, got it at the end.
I saw Embiid in P5 with fast laps, I thought he got it. But...
Yeah, no, he got it and he was outside the top 10, so...
Okay.
But
should
yeah,
I'm
more onto like your team now and yourself. Obviously after a rough like first couple races, these 23 points is going to propel you up to about, it's going to propel you up to 59, which is going to put you about top like 4 or 5 drivers in the championship. Is it where you want to be? Be honest with me. Is it where you want to be?
I mean, you never want to be 4th or 5th. I'm here to win, but I think I'm still happy. I still managed to get 2 wins in, but I'm just not happy with the consistency I've been putting in. But I mean, it's my first season with traction control off, so. But yeah, I'm still hoping to get a little bit more of a consistency in the second half of the season, and you never know.
Still all to play for.
Yeah, still all to play for. I think I'm like 30 points behind, so with still 6 races to go, I think that's still reasonable.
Yeah, you can still make that up.
Yeah, so I think today was a good race, and but yeah, at the moment still my main focus is to win the constructors. But if we're getting closer, my focus is on both. So, I'm just trying to keep winning, and we'll see where we end up.
And speaking constructors wise, Either I don't know who would be in front after this race, Williams or Haas, but it's one of you two, and it won't be by much. So I think yeah, you've definitely got two teams out for your next second half of the season. I think.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I mean, I love a battle, so let's see who comes on top.
You've got a shift to put in, is what I'll say.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, do you have any words for the masses before I send you all into the ether?
No, not really.
Okay.
Just want to say to Mr. Roy that Suzuka is a lovely truck. He always hates on Suzuka, so... Suzuka is one of my favorite tracks on this game. So,
it's a tricky one, though, but congratulations.
It's a tricky one, but I think, yeah. I mean, still fast corners, good rhythm. I like it.
Well, congrats everyone and
thanks.
David for your podiums, and I tried. But yeah, you're all free to leave. I'm gonna leave if you don't leave. So
have a good one,
Alright, see ya.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya, man.
See ya, bye.
And that was the drivers. I'm gonna quickly leave this lobby before I get yelled at. But thank you everyone for joining me for what a shambles of a commentary session this was. Usually it's a bit better. But thank you all for joining me. We're on a rest week next week, so sadly no commentary coming at you next week. But I'll have you know that when we come back, we'll be coming at you from... Where will we be coming at you from? Here we go. Oh, good Lord, oh Christ above. We're coming at you from Monaco. So we're coming at you from the streets of Monte Carlo. Going to be an interesting race. So if you like hecticness and chaos and all the above, if that ticks your boxes, make sure you tune in not next week, but the week after for a lovely commentary session around Monaco. But yeah, I've been me. You've been you. I hope to see you all real soon. Have a good week's break, everyone. My brother is yelling.